I'm sorry. I have to apologize. I find this ironic.
Okay.
Living abroad. You're an American living abroad in Germany.
Why
You
is
mean
he
you
so...
went home?
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I've been doing a lot of the TikTok reactions, and this one is going to be awesome as well. I really enjoy doing these. This one is, if you're an American living abroad, tell me why you would never go back, part 1. And like I said, original channel's TikTok Reacts. You can certainly find the link to that original video down in that description section down below. So make sure you go check that out. They got a ton of different TikTok reaction compilations, and they're great. They're great. I enjoy doing them. You guys clearly enjoy watching them. The view, like the views on these videos are pretty decent. So I'm gonna keep them coming, guys. And yeah, why would they never come back? Well, maybe they started just seeing how it is. Once they get to these other countries, a lot of these Americans are like, wow, didn't know the grass was greener on the other side. You know what I mean? We grew up with a lot of this propaganda that, you know, America's the greatest country in the world. They don't really teach us a whole lot of like worldly stuff. They focus mostly on the nation of the United States of America. And that kind of leads to this dystopian idea, you know, that all these other countries are shit, which they're not. A lot of these other countries are better. And actually, one of the comments said that America was the only third world country that could afford to pretend to be first world. And I really like that. I don't know who said that comment, but if you're watching, that was great. I love it. So we're going to get into it. We're going to see about this. And yeah, let's go. Hit like. That would really be amazing if you did. I appreciate it.
Hi, TikTok. So I'm an American living in Germany, and I'm asking you to stitch this. If you're an American living abroad, please tell me why you would never go back.
All right.
Financial stability. My apartment is paid for. MRIs are so much cheaper here and affordable. I can safely take walks alone at night. Everything's walkable. Public transportation is so good.
Nice.
Okay, so this is...
Yeah, that's another thing. America is so car dependent. I wish it was more walkable. But again, you know, America is so vast too. The cities and the towns aren't as closely packed together as they are in like a lot of places in Europe. But that still doesn't mean, like, why can't we have good public transportation within those cities, right? I don't know. I don't understand. It's like they force you to buy cars here.
This is mine.
Okay, no hate to
She ain't going back as a good wine over there.
this creator whatsoever. I'm actually going to answer this question in another stitch. I'll put that in the comments so you can find it. But I do quickly want to point out 3 different privileges that come along with this question. Number 1, huge reason why I'm able to live in France long term is because of my US American passport. So yeah, I don't want to go back to the US, but being from the US is a huge reason why I'm able to leave in the first place. Second point, there are a ton of people in the United States who are from the United States who have the US American passport who still are not able to leave, even if they want to. And my third and final point, there are a ton of people all around the world who are trying to get to the United States. Oftentimes they will be going through an excruciatingly long process in order to just make it there. Often that process never comes to fruition. Some people can't even apply in the first place. So I don't say all of this to prevent any critiques towards the US. There's a lot to critique. But I do just want to make sure that I'm being mindful of the privileges that come along with being a US American citizen. Especially one that does not want to go back.
Well, I have a long list of reasons why, but I'm going to mention just a few of the more important ones here.
Okay.
Number 1, work-life balance.
Oh yeah, that's
instead of working 70 hours a week, now I work 35 to 40.
Yeah, free healthcare in a lot of these countries, free education, paid holiday time that they actually force you to go on. You don't have to like fight and beg to get your vacation time. Sick days, the list goes on.
This is considered a lot, especially for my profession as an English teacher. Number 2, the relationships you have with other people, they're more based on qualities and characteristics of a person as opposed to status and what you do. Number 3, healthcare, affordable healthcare.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, it might not be free, but it's certainly more affordable. Ambulance rides are free. Like doctor's visits, I think, are either free or certainly a lot cheaper.
And number 4, the lack of violence and extreme racism and all of those things. I mean, don't get me wrong, these things still exist here in Europe, but not to the extent that they do in the United States of America. And number 4, the food.
A lot healthier food over there.
God, where to bloody start? Hi, US American here who's been living in Spain for the last 3 years, and I actually get asked this question a lot, especially when I was in the States earlier this year.
She has a very, like, almost like a British accent for being a US American.
A lot of people ask me, will you ever move back? Short answer, absolutely fucking not. First, the healthcare here is incredibly cheap. I am not yet a permanent resident, so I don't qualify for the free healthcare.
Okay.
So I have to pay for healthcare through private insurance, and it costs me less than $1,000 a year for full coverage, including dental, no copays, nothing.
Nice.
The second thing is the overall lifestyle here is so much healthier. The food is much better quality. People go out for walks every day, and people also prioritize their lives over their work. People here work to live. They don't live to work. Not to mention it's a multilingual country, and people tend to be a lot more tolerant of other cultures. I have more if you want to hear it.
Yeah, here in America, people are like, I don't want to say everybody, but there's a lot of racism here. Like, a lot of people think that, oh, you're from another country, like you're beneath me or something. Like, it's crazy. It's ridiculous.
I'm sorry. I have to apologize. I find this ironic.
Okay.
Living abroad. You're an American living abroad in Germany.
Why
you mean you at home? You're not living abroad. You're living at home. I'm Native American. I'm living at home. If I moved to Germany, I would be the American who would be living abroad. So the reason why Americans who are living abroad, if they moved out of the Americas, don't want to come back to the Americas, it's because it's stolen land. That's why they shouldn't come back. That's why.
It is.
Because it's stolen land and it was taken over by genocide.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I have a lot of Native American DNA. Not a lot, but like a decent amount actually of Native American DNA as well. But yeah, it definitely was stolen land. But like a lot of land is gained through war. It really is. But yeah, the genocide thing, it's sad.
I'm not American, but I live in America and I travel quite a bit. This brand new 1-bedroom apartment costs only about $400 a month. And this right here is the view that I wake up to every single day.
What?
I can easily get a digital nomad healthcare which costs about $40 a month. I don't have to be force-fed bullshit by the media about being black. I don't have to worry about being shot to death in a shopping mall by some angry narcissist. Although I make more, but I can easily live on $1,000 a month if I wanted to. Now I can actually afford nice things, go to nice dinners with friends without having to worry about some unexpected expense coming up.
Man.
Look, I can go on and on and on. And while I'm grateful that I can even call myself a US resident despite my background, there is so many things I would change.
$400 a month? Did you see that nice view? That is insane. Wow.
Responding to the stitch, if you're an American living abroad, that is me. Why would you never go back to the United States? I will put the original creator in the comments. So there's a lot to talk about. Let's just do a speed round. Affordable healthcare. I literally went to the doctor the other day and only paid €7 for a doctor's appointment. And if I wasn't insured, this only would have cost me €20. In the US with insurance, that would have cost me at least $30. I'm not afraid of my students pulling out a gun at the university where I work. Self-explanatory. The food. Sick days are not the same thing as vacation days. You're allowed to be sick. A full
Yeah, that's another thing. Like around here, like sick days, you have to take your vacation time for it. And then it's still like an argument. And it's like, are you sure you can't come in? It's like, yeah, man, I'm puking. Like I can barely breathe at this point. I'm puking so much. And they're like, are you sure you can't come into work?
full-time job here is 35 hours a week as opposed to 40 plus. You are not expected to answer work emails or do work after hours or on the weekends. The government offers financial assistance to decrease the amount of your rent if you make a low enough income. Tenants here have rights. I could break my lease and not face any financial consequences. Just in general, there's way more vacation days. Things like climate change are not up for debate. In general, people here are just way more sustainably conscious. For example, if you go to the grocery store, everybody's just expected to have their own bags, and if you don't have your own bag, then you have to pay for one. And
I actually have a bag that somebody sent me from the Netherlands. It's a cloth bag. It's got like a bunch of different it's from the Netherlands. I think I just said that. Sorry. But anyways, it's got like a bunch of different like cities in the Netherlands and like little buildings and stuff on it. Like it's really cool. I don't use it at the store. I just use it to like keep my drop in because I have a bunch of Dutch drop, which is like a salted licorice that was also sent to me from the Netherlands. Yeah.
finally, public transportation here is way more reliable, at least in Paris. So yeah, if I can help it, I'm never going back to the US.
Healthcare. I've lived abroad now for I think going on 12 years. I've lived in South Korea, Australia, Colombia, and now in Germany. And without a doubt, the number one reason I still live abroad is healthcare. I have several chronic health conditions, including asthma. And here in Germany, I get my inhalers, my albuterol, for free.
Wow.
Which was like mind blowing when that first happened, when I was living, I think, in Korea at the time. But yeah, I get my inhalers for free. As a master's student here, I paid €85 a month for comprehensive health insurance. And during that time, I also had an experimental ear surgery. I had a very severe ear issue, which is very rare. And yeah, I had an experimental surgery, and I got an apology letter from my health insurance apologizing that I had to pay €10 for staying an extra night in the hospital.
Wow. Over here, it'd be a few hundred a night. That's just insanity to me. That's crazy. It just makes me want to leave the United States even more. But unfortunately, there's some stuff holding me back. Don't ask. Stop telling me there's nothing holding you back. People say that all the time, but there is. There really is. I'm not going into it. It's personal.
€10. They apologized.
Okay, so I am not an American living overseas. However, there is a trend forecast that within the next 6 years, if America cannot get its shit together, there is going to be a large exodus of Americans fleeing America and moving overseas, even South America, a lot of the Caribbean area, Europe, a lot of different places.
I believe it.
It's going to be a large number of Gen Zs, so straight out of high school, college age, Gen Zs, young 20-somethings, and then you're going to see a lot of millennials, especially a lot of millennials without children. Their boomer parents are going to be dead. They can't afford houses, but they can afford houses overseas because they're going to inherit some money. So yeah, that is the trend forecast in the next 6 years, is you're going to see a large exodus of people from America fleeing because America is not doing well.
And it's not just I'll tell you what, it's not just going to be 20-something-year-olds. I'm 37 and I want to go.
Sure, I can give you my viewpoints. For context, I'm from South Carolina, but I live in South Korea. I've been here since May 2016. I'm in my classroom now, actually. Yeah, it's a big old classroom. Numerous reasons why I never want to move back to USA. One, the police, American police. Just knowing that, and even me, like when I was living in the US before I moved to Korea, I always got scared of police because I was wondering in the back of my mind that, oh, if I do something wrong, if he pulls me over, what if he shoots me? What if I'm going to die?
Yeah, they're trigger happy here. Like it's crazy.
Get game over right then and there. And just knowing that, well, not just in Korea, but any other countries really, just knowing that, oh, the police, they're going about their day, I can mind my business, I can do what I need to do and go back home safely. Not got to worry about them ever again. It's an amazing feeling. Reason number 2, healthcare. Just knowing that, oh, if I ever get sick, I can just end up going to the hospital or medical center, get checked out, and go back home. Just never had to worry about, oh, am I in network, or will this hospital doctor, will they take my insurance? No. At least in South Korea, I can go to the hospital, whether it be a public or private medical center, get checked out, go home, well, pay the bill, and then go home, of course, and just never have to worry about being in debt ever again because of medical care.
Yeah, so the thing where you said not having to worry about the network. So here in America, if you have health insurance or whatever, it's like different networks, right? So you're only allowed to go to a doctor or hospital within your network. If you go outside of your network, which is just like different jurisdictions, or not even jurisdiction, because there's different doctors in the same town, and like one of them will be part of like the Lutheran network, one will be part of like the Parkview network, and normally that's owned by like a bigger hospital. So like the Lutheran hospitals or like the Parkview hospitals, they have their network of doctors and stuff that's under them, and you have to go within that. And if you go outside of that, then they don't take your insurance, and then of course you got way more money to pay. So that's what he was talking about there. So that's interesting that in like South Korea, they don't have that. You can just go anywhere in the country and your insurance will be accepted.
Because nobody should have to be in debt for medical, just get health care. That should be a right, human right. I don't care what side of political spectrum you're on. Nobody should be in debt. Or have to worry about, oh, will my insurance cover it? Will my employer's insurance cover it? Or am I in network? No one should have to worry about that. You should worry about getting better, recovering, and go home. That's it. Also, number 3, I just don't have an incentive to move back to USA ever. Like most people who use family or friends, they miss their friends, their family. I miss them too. I miss my family. I miss my friends. except Bryson Corday. I hate you, Jamal Simmons. Especially hate you, Reggie Timmons. Now I'm joking. Love you guys. But I just don't have that incentive to move back so quickly. Unless I have absolutely no choice to move back, then I'll do it. But for now, I just don't have it. Lastly, for me, I feel that if I ever move back to USA, I'll probably lose my confidence. I'll probably lose my independence. Because for me, at least, living abroad in general, not just, it can't be United States, South Korea, it could be anywhere. Just I felt more confident. I felt more accomplished.
Interesting.
I've done more things that I would have ever done if I ever lived in the U.S. Like, for example, I became an author. I wrote 2 freaking books. 2 books. And I'm kind of working on my 3rd book right now. And I would have never done so. I wouldn't have pushed myself to do so if I have still stayed in the USA. And also COVID happened too. That also pushed me to do that too. But yeah, like I said, I miss my family. I miss my friends. And yes, I do miss shopping because I'm a giant. I can't buy clothes in Korea. But other than that, I just can't think of a good reason to move back to the USA. I'll go back to visit, but I ain't moving back.
I'm a giant too. Oh, that was the end of it. I was just pausing to make a comment, but yeah. So yeah, it seems like healthcare is a hugely big thing. Like that just keeps reoccurring. And what else? Oh yeah, like police violence. Violence is another thing I hear a lot. So yeah, if you guys like these videos, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any content. I do a lot of reactions to this kind of stuff. And of course, learning reactions to different countries like Netherlands and Germany and et cetera, et cetera. And just, yeah, you guys have a super fun, awesome day and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.